This is Meteo Mundo.
Hello, Bahamas. Rusty back here with your latest daily weather forecast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a lot of new subscribers here to Meteo Mundo. We are a new channel, and we appreciate you tuning in, liking, and subscribing. Again, you want the daily forecast of the Bahamas, you've come to the right place. We're going to present the weather across the area and the Caribbean, unlike any other thing you've ever seen on YouTube and the digital platform. We want to hear from you as well. Drop in the comments where you're viewing us. And of course, if you want a specific question about the forecast, drop it in the comments below as well. It's a very interesting, very complex forecast for the Bahamas over the week ahead. We actually start off what's happening in the southwest Gulf of Mexico because that's going to certainly influence our rain chance. There's a low-end chance of tropical development there if it's going to happen. It's got to happen by midday Wednesday because eventually this will get absorbed into a frontal boundary in the northwest side of the Gulf of Mexico. But notice all the moisture streaming in from the eastern Pacific. A couple of tropical systems. Look at that moisture plume right over Mexico, South Texas, and across the I-10 corridor, and this will influence our weather. Now, we're also beginning to pick up southwest winds in the northwest side of the Caribbean. That's also going to stream in more moisture. So this is actually going to bring a good chance for some rain to portions of the central and northwest Bahamas today and on Wednesday. And then the biggest question is, does this moisture plume stay far enough north to keep the heaviest rain away from our northern areas as we get into the latter part of the week? So let's go in with this high resolution model and talk about the next couple of days. Going to put this into motion. What you're going to see here again is rain developing across especially Andros and New Providence and Eleuthera as we go through the remainder of today. But showers overall will be relatively widespread, at least for a time, before they begin to dry out a bit on Thursday. I'm going to back up this model. We're going to take a look at what's going to be happening the remainder of today. So let's start off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And you can see on this high-res model here, it continues to bubble of showers, relatively cloudy conditions. Could be some decent rainfall for Nassau and, again, portions of Eleuthera, and even down a little bit farther off towards the south and to the east as we get past Arthurstown there. And again, kind of good slug of moisture. I mean, pretty solid rain associated with this as we get into early tomorrow morning. So these could be some overnight showers for the southern sides of Andros and even New Providence, and then back down towards Georgetown in the southeast Bahamas. So just want to mention that it'll be a little bit drier up towards Grand Bahama and Walker's Key, but certainly not completely dry. Then as we go through our Wednesday, it's the same scenario. Southwest winds carrying more rain. You can see the showers developing. They'll be fast moving in nature, but could certainly produce some heavier downpours. And then overall, as we get into Thursday, beginning to dry out just a little bit. Want to go then back to kind of the broad perspective here of the Gulf. And again, just show you this. I'm going to switch models real quick. We're going to go over to the GFS model. I'm going to extend this out in the time because I want to take a look at the big picture for you here and show you again what might be happening late in the week. So what we'll be watching for is that moisture streaming in over Mexico, picking up that frontal boundary. And then what you're going to see is when this model runs back through, look at this huge slug of rain moving across I-10. Now, most of the models keep it far enough away, even from Grand Bahama and Walker's Key, where we're not going to have a lot of rain. You can see even on this model, it shows you that the best chance for showers is through Thursday and then beginning to dry out after that at least a bit. As a matter of fact here, I'm going to take this model and we'll go out even a little bit farther out in time just to give you a little bit more perspective. Let me carry it out a couple more days for us here and just give you an idea of what might be happening through the weekend. Let's go this far out and I'll put that into motion and you'll get a little bit more perspective that this model, as we get into the 15th, is even keeping things a little bit to the north. So that's something I'll be monitoring because if we were to get this frontal boundary drift off to the south, we're talking about several inches of rain out of that model. As a matter of fact, I can show you that this is going to be a single frame of the total precipitation going out in time. Look at that huge slug of moisture just north of Walker's Key and Grand Bahama. That's 2, 3, 4 inches of rain total between now and the 16th, which would be over the weekend. But again, certainly the opportunity to see a good amount of rain if it were just to come a little bit farther off to the south, which is why this is a very complex forecast. Again, it's local southwest winds right now, which are carrying the moisture. The forecast for the Marines forecast is not bad, really. You just have to dodge those showers out there. Generally west winds today, which swing out of the southeast tomorrow and pick up a bit at 10 to 15. Seas will then elevate to 2 to 4 feet. For Grand Bahama, it's a mix of sun and clouds and passing showers. 86 the daytime high with that west and northwest wind at around 5 to 10. On the 5-day forecast, I'm going to call for a 40% chance for showers both days. Certainly not dry, but certainly doable to have any outdoor plans as well for Freeport and Lucaya. Then we're going to be drier. Again, I'm going off of the models and the agreement that the heavy rain stays north with just a few passing showers Thursday, Friday, Saturday. High on Friday back up to 90. Now locally, it's going to be much wetter in Nassau for today. Mainly cloudy and humid as well with that southwest wind. Feels like temperature up to 100 degrees and rain is likely today. It's a 70% chance. Still at least a 40% chance for showers. Tomorrow might be underdoing it a bit, but I wouldn't expect them to be as widespread on Wednesday. And then just like Grand Bahama, we start to dry out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Actually, when you get down as far south as Nassau, I don't expect that frontal system to impact our rain chances. So we do stay drier through the weekend ahead, and it gets pretty hot again with highs running right around 90 degrees. Again, would love to hear from you. You got a specific question about the forecast, drop it in the comments below, and you really want to do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, like the videos. It helps us out, and we'll see you next time right here at Meteo Mundo.